As expected, Donald Trump came out punching again today, an angry ex-president portraying himself as the persecuted victim of injustice after being convicted on 34 felony counts by a jury of his peers. At a press conference today, Trump continued to snipe at the trial, calling it corrupt, rigged, and the biggest sham in U.S. history. CTV's Judy Trin is here now with more on the fallout from the historic conviction. Judy.
Sandy, Donald Trump spoke at Trump Tower in New York City, the same venue where he first announced he was running for president in 2015. His ambitions remain the same, but this time he's presenting himself as a political victim. In front of supporters, former U.S. President Donald Trump, now a convicted criminal, blamed the American justice system.
If they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone. These are bad people. These are, in many cases, I believe, sick people.
In a unanimous verdict, Trump was found guilty of 34 charges for falsifying records to conceal payments to a porn star. Trump downplayed the crime.
Hush money. It's not hush money. It's called the non-disclosure agreement.
He railed against the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor and refused to accept any responsibility.
It was a rigged trial.
It's reckless. It's dangerous. It's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict. Our justice system has endured for nearly 250 years, and it literally is the cornerstone of America.
Trump was found guilty in a New York state court on state charges, not federal offenses. The stain of conviction doesn't appear to have tarnished his luster. Instead, it's a fundraising boost.
A record $39 million in about a 10-hour period.
Money that come November's election could translate into precious votes. He remains the presumptive Republican presidential nominee. This will further divide Americans.
I'm still voting for Donald Trump. I think this whole thing has been a mockery.
I do hope that it sways people who do vote for him. I think that it definitely reflects on who he is and how he's going to be running the country.
I am voting first time, so I am very excited to vote to the Trump.
So far, the federal government has remained quiet on Trump's conviction, the only comment coming from Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly's office. She says that Canada will work with whoever is chosen to lead the U.S. in the fall election. Sandy.
Okay, Judy, thank you. Joining us now, CTV News political analyst Eric Ham. Okay, Eric, I want to focus on Donald Trump's press conference today. He doubled down on false claims around his trial. Already we've seen the American networks. They've come right out and said it, calling his post-verdict remarks riddled with lies. How do you see it?
Well, we knew that once this verdict came out in a way that was detrimental to Donald Trump, that he would certainly go on the attack, and we see that playing out right now. In fact, now it's not just Donald Trump. In fact, a group of U.S. senators have gotten together and are also lashing out at the criminal justice system. So I suspect we're going to continue to see these talking points play out all the way through the sentencing, not only with Donald Trump, but also with other members of his party as well.
Okay, now we saw in Judy's report there are those who are saying, despite this guilty verdict, they are going to be voting Trump. This hasn't affected them in any way. So is this a gift to Trump? I mean, we know he's talking about an appeal, talking about how only he can fix things. Will voters eventually buy into his mantra?
I do believe that Donald Trump has a base of support that will continue to stand behind him no matter what. We have to remember, when Donald Trump first ran for president, he said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any votes. And he's right about that. His voters are going to be with him throughout this entire process, throughout these criminal indictments. But what Donald Trump needs more than anything is he needs that valuable middle, those independent voters and those suburban soccer moms. And that, I think, is what is now going to be the test of Donald Trump's ability to win votes. Can he move those voters into his column? Because whoever wins the middle will win the election in November.
That's always the undecided. Okay, Eric, thanks so much. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you.